Hello and welcome. This is Merinda Smith, and I've put this video together to talk to you about my mini training course on becoming an RTO. Time and time again I've been able to produce a sustainable RTO for owners where the owner has implemented steps that I've recommended, and I believe that it's now your turn to take on board a mini training course and start your new path in your business. It's your turn to attract more clients, to increase your cash flow and grow your profit. First of all, why did I develop it? Well, I've had a number of people call me and say, I've found your website, I love your stuff, but I'd like to do it myself, and how can we help? How can you help me? So I thought that a really good way for people to do it themselves was to give them a training course. So what I've done is put together 26 weeks of information and actions for you to do, and they all relate to the AQTF, can't even say it, they all relate to the AQTF, and I refer back to those, and it's step by step. Every week you've got actions to do, research to do, documents to create, but I give you templates, I give you folders, I go through it with you on the PowerPoint, I talk to you about it, and I give you as much as possible to help you in developing your RTO. You might be looking at this slide and thinking, oh my goodness, there is so much text on there and I can't read any of it. But the reason I've put it on the slide is to actually show you it's a visual and to demonstrate to you the areas that you must cover when you're thinking of becoming an RTO. So starting at the star where it says product creation, that's your training and assessment material. Then you're looking at your planning, your resources and your RTO systems. The outcomes, the requirements for the AQTF, legislative requirements, self-management, all about yourself and making sure that you are okay to run the business, obligations that you must do as per the AQTF, business management to make sure you've got a sustainable business and you're going to be here for years to come, market research, very important, and your marketing material. So the reason behind this slide is to look at, show you the big picture and everything you need to look at, and then the mini series goes through absolutely everything on this slide in step-by-step detail. One of the comments I've heard from a number of people is the AQTF tells you what outcomes are required, but it doesn't tell you what you need to know to set up the systems. So I go through that information as much as possible because every RTO is unique and everyone has their own niche and target market that they are working towards. So I can't address all issues, but I will give you an idea of where they're coming from, what they're looking for. So it's a 7-part series and you pay per month, but in that month you'll receive every week a training session and action items that I've already said to you. There's audio, there's documents, there's workbooks and there's PowerPoint. We start off looking at the foundations of your business, and the very first thing that you need to look at is understanding your marketplace. Who is your niche and who are you going to be targeting? And then knowing, once you understand who you're targeting, you need to look at your competition. So who else is out there? So you know what they're doing, how you fit into the marketplace, and to ensure that you are getting the business and not them. Getting the right look for your RTO, so for all your marketing material, and planning the big picture is all in part 1. Part 2, we start going into specifics because you've done the big picture, you've done the scoping exercise. Now you need to go down into specifics, so finding a database that will fit your RTO requirements, speaking to your community within your industry that you've identified, looking at whether there's any legislative requirements or regulations, regulatory bodies that you need to make contact with, and your business planning. Part 3 is putting all the information that you've gathered so far together into a business plan, so your business management, looking at your financial viability statements that are required for your initial audit or for your application for the AQTF, and looking at the development of strong systems for your RTO, so you've really got that strong foundation. Part 4, we start getting into the training and assessment side. So doing risk management analysis or undertaking risk management, looking at your trainers, their qualifications, their relevant workplace experience, about your assessors, the same for them, their qualifications and experience. Looking at where and how and when you're going to train, and whether you need any support staff to assist you in the RTO and your daily operations. Then we get to the fun bit where we're looking at the learning and assessment, and we're developing the learning and assessment strategies for your identified target market. Then we look at resources and product creation, any equipment you need to have to fulfill your requirements, your assessment material, making sure that that meets compliance, and your learning resources, again, making sure it meets compliance, and the needs of your RTO, your identified target market. Part 6 is business improvement, how you're going to go about having that continuous improvement into your RTO, complaints and appeals, and what to look out for, how to set up systems for them, validation tools for your training and assessment material, obligations to the AQTF, to any regulatory bodies, and outcomes. What are your outcomes of the RTO? Part 7 is about maintaining a quality RTO, making sure you undertake your mandatory reporting, and there's different reporting requirements per state that you are working out of, your own self-management and professional development of your trainers and assessors and yourself. So if you're excited about everything that I've just said that's in my mini course, then I recommend you go to my website, f4solutions.net/products, and you'll see that my mini course is on there, and you'll be able to start download straight away and start your mini course. I look forward to meeting you and talking to you in the future, and all the best for your RTO. This is Merinda Smith signing off now.